Hi, just wanted to give you an update. Let's see, I had my surgery on Monday, and this is now Sunday. We're talking 6 days out, and I am miserable and a freaking mess. Let me show you how I spend my day. I have to make my own saline. I can't use normal saline drops, and it wouldn't do me much good. I'm a mess because I have allergies, and I don't know if you're familiar with the term ablation, but let me give you an analogy. When somebody has burns on their body, they'll take in a single layer, or I don't know how many layers, but they'll take layers off the top of your skin and put it over on healthy skin and put it over areas of skin where the whole thickness has been lost. Anyway, and that way they can graft. Well, in this case, they've taken a layer of cells using laser surgery off the top surface of my eye, and has made it extremely sensitive to whatever I'm allergic to. I suspect there's something in the prednisolone drops, a preservative or whatever. I'm allergic to thimerosal. That's a preservative that used to be used in eye components frequently. I formed a blister on my eye from thimerosal, so definitely I've got severe allergy problems. I left my friend's house. They had some pine sawdust because they were remodeling, and that was bothering me. And at home, I had a mild allergy to my cats and dogs, and apparently that's what's going on, bothering me right now. Or there's some preservative in the methylprednisolone. I suspect the methylprednisolone because I can put the antibiotic in my eye, leave it in there for an hour, doesn't bother me. I put the methylprednisolone in, and I had only made it 20 minutes. I mean, it's burning and really painful. So here's what I do. I've got my saline. Mind you, to make this, you have to boil water. And for 1 cup, and you've got to sterilize that cup, you add 1/8. I'm sorry, I have to close both my eyes. I have the light on so that you can see me, but the light from going in from my left eye hurts my right eye. Yeah. So anyway, this is how I've been spending my day. I've got my BARD player here next to the bed, and I'll take to get some relief, and my doctor knows I'm doing this. Well, he thinks I'm flooding my eye with eye drops, but this is straight out of the refrigerator. I throw it in the fridge in between, so it's really cold, and it feels very good, and I get a good eye bath. And I'll only use this batch of saline 2 or 3 times, and then pour it out, and I put in some more, and then I alternate it with a warm compress. Oh, let me tell you, this is how I'm spending my day right now. To go to sleep, I have put lidocaine topical lotion on the outside of my eyelids. So that relieves the pain, so I can get some sleep. Anyway, I'm going to show you a very gross picture, so just close your eyes for a few seconds while I flash that picture, or you can turn your head away, whatever. But I want you to see how this is really rough to handle, and just seeing a closed eyelid's not going to give you an idea. Okay, so my next eye appointment is next Wednesday. I had asked him about, could they use a compounding pharmacy to make up a methylprednisolone without any preservatives in it. And, it was a resident I was speaking to on a Saturday. So I'm going to call again on Monday, and they'll probably want to see me sooner. And I have 2 other appointments up there on Wednesday, which means I'll have to go back. I'm going to run short on money. That's okay. I decided to go ahead and fast for 3 days because doing a bone broth fast may help to reset my immune system so it's not so hyperreactive. But that's definitely what's going on, because that's why alternating the cold and the warm compress works, because it's a way to do a reset on your immune system. You know, if you could, I can't do my whole body because my feet are too sensitive to the cold. I've had some issues with claudication, which is mostly healed, but my feet will severely cramp when exposed to excessive cold, so I can't do a cold shower. So, oh well, it is what it is. Later on, as my body heals, this is only my 7th week, going on my 8th week, I may be able to get to do some of that. So right now I've been listening to, I got a what's called a BARD player from the National Library for the Blind, and it's shaped kind of like an old-fashioned cassette player, but with these big old honky buttons so I can see them. And they also are audio. You press them and it speaks aloud to you and gives you the instructions. Anyway, each cassette has like 5 books on it. And so I've been listening to Dr. Mark Hyman has a book on nutrition. I think it's The Fit Diet. I can't remember for sure. Definitely got some brain fog going. Anyway, I put this big old honking beef bone, just barely fit in my Instapot 4 hours ago, and I'm just waiting for the pressure to release. But I did have some broth left over from my last chuck roast, which I always save, put in a quart jar and throw in the fridge, because, you know, if you're making a meal and you're really hungry, instead of just having jerky, you can have some beef broth, and that's fantastic. Oh, another really good thing has happened. I had my first normal poop. You got it. First normal poop after 7 weeks. I had my first solid stool. Hallelujah. So, and a ghost wipe afterwards. You know, nothing on the toilet paper. And I'm like, what? How cool is this? After 7 weeks of having the runs. Okay, not really the runs unless I would eat something I really shouldn't have, or like, you know, I would screwing around with those flavored elements for a while till I figured out, no, you can't do those. So I have been doing much better. I was only going once or twice a day, but now my gut is finally healed enough that I had a normal poop 2 days in a row. And today I've not gone, and I don't expect that I'm going to, because for the next 3 days I'm just going to have bone broth. I drink mint tea and what's it called? Chamomile tea, and well, I do drink regular tea as well, but I'm adding MCT oil to those as well because I need to help heal my brain. I'm also going to make up some, encapsulate some EDTA capsules, and it's really, you know, taking them orally to chelate heavy metals. I have lead, mercury, and gadolinium toxicity. So it's not the most effective way to get rid of it, but at least I'm doing something. Only 10% of it gets absorbed from your gut by taking it orally. But I figure if I get 1% of it out of my body every day, or even a half of a percent, you know, at the end of 100 or 200 days, then maybe it will be decreased enough that I can think normally and have a normal conversation. Although I do think I'm doing better, because my already just, you know, getting to the point where my gut's healthy enough to have a normal stool. Because I would have a lot of ums and ahs and pauses, and I would have to think of the next thing I wanted to say because I would have forgotten it already. So it's gotten better, and I'm really happy with that. And I've, you know, got some more videos upcoming. I decided to keep them under 10 minutes and preferably closer to 5. Anyway, you know, sorry I'm such a mess, but it is what it is. I wanted to give you an accurate picture and show you the whole truthful experience, because even while I'm miserable, I think I would have been at the doorsteps yesterday of the Dean McGee Eye Institute waiting on the doctor if I hadn't have been doing the basically a sea lion diet. I eat primarily beef, hamburger, some egg yolks because I'm allergic to egg whites, no dairy, and some salmon and sardines. So before, I was so hyper responsive that it would have been just, may have been even in the emergency room, because I just couldn't have handled what I'm doing right now. And you know, I'm an old goat, so I have a few tricks up my sleeve. You know, coming up with the cold saline and the warm compresses, and my doctor knows I'm doing it, so he's like, well, as long as you can get some relief that way. But I didn't tell him I was putting lidocaine on my eyelids so I could sleep. But I mean, obviously you can't do this all night and sleep, right? So anyway, I'm just going to keep on keeping on, and let you all know I'm still here and kicking. Not very happy, but it's okay. It's gonna heal. Oh gosh, I hope to see you with both eyes soon. I forgot to mention that my graft is doing well. I had the old corneal transplant removed, and they put a new one in. It's attached, and even though it's extremely painful due to the outer layer being extremely inflamed and irritated, the graft itself is actually starting to, when I do open my eye, it's not like white out, like I'm looking through a snowstorm at everything. I can actually see clearly. It's fuzzy, but it's not white and fuzzy. The fuzziness they can clear up with the prescription. So anyway, pretty happy with that, and that's why my doctor is hesitant to do anything, because he doesn't want to screw up the graft is doing well. Yay. Okay, so there's a positive note for you too. Y'all have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.